Welcome back once again to the India Today Mood of the Nation poll brought to you by Karvy Insights. Now let's turn to the other big issue of our times, the economy. Rahul.
We're in the middle of the worst depression India has seen in a long time. Globally, it's the worst depression since the Great Depression of the 1920s. How do people perceive the Modi government's handling of the economic situation? Like was the case with China, on the economy as well, the government comes out with flying colors. 72% of our respondents think the government's either done an outstanding or a good job. 24% said outstanding, 48% said good. Only 21% felt that the performance was average. 6%, just 6% felt the government hadn't handled the economy well. On the question of a comparison between the Modi government's performance and that of the predecessor, the Manmohan Singh government, if I put that comparison out, there again, the government seems to be handling the situation well in the eyes of the Indian voters. 43% of the respondents said the government has been better than the UPA. That's almost half the respondents think non-economist Narendra Modi has done a better job than economist Manmohan Singh on the handling of the economy. 10% think it's been worse than the UPA. 45% say it's just been about the same. So Rajdeep, here as well, a strong favourable response from respondents in this India Today survey, despite the fact that we're dealing with a lot of economic hardship, we're in the middle of a crisis, sector after sector is in the doldrums, the recovery period is uncertain, but people seem to think the economy is as well handled as is possible given the circumstances, Rajdeep.
You know, I can understand the China numbers to some extent. I find these numbers absolutely bewildering because this actually is an issue that should be hitting and hurting the common man. If 24% call it outstanding and 48% say good, that's a total of 72%. Let's try and make some sense of this. Shamika Ravi is joining us at this moment, economist. Shamika Ravi, make some sense of it. You were part of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council till not too long ago. In times where everything seems to be going northwards, the India Today Mood of the Nation says 72% say good or outstanding performance by the Prime Minister in handling the economy.
Well, part of the reason I think is people do perceive this situation to be out of, it's not a making of the government. It is definitely an exogenous shock. The pandemic is not a making of the government. But I think, again, Rajdeep, I'd like to get into the details of who are the voters that you spoke to, because economy means very different things to different people. Now, if you talk to the bottom 2 quintiles, the series of packages that the government has been focusing since March have mostly been catering to that segment. So perhaps, those transfers are reaching the intended people and they are happy about it. If you talk to the top 3 quintiles, then I think the issues are more about livelihood, about revenues, about salaries.
Let me take those issues to Supriya Shrined, because Supriya Shrined, you track the economy for the opposition. In a sense, you become one of the Congress's voice on the issue. As is being suggested, that are you all sort of, when you say the economy is doing badly, yes it is. That's the objective reality. But it isn't leading to anger against the government or anger against Mr. Modi at least not among the bottom quintile yet.
Or anger against Mr. Modi at least not among...
I find it very tough to imagine because the RBI Consumer Confidence Survey, which does a similar sort of a check on consumer confidence, is at multi-year lows. So I don't understand which are these people who are saying that the economy's handling has been outstanding, because truth be told, GDP growth or any number, any statistic is not merely a number. It is a significant symbol of what's happening with employment, what's happening with wages, what is happening with poverty. And on all those counts, this government has fared very badly. In fact, since demonetization, growth rate has halved. And it is not just a number that has halved. Growth rate has halved, which means economic opportunities, which means standard of living, which means wages have halved. And I don't understand how are people saying things are good. So if this is perception management, then perhaps they've done a good job, because the situation on the ground
one second.
is very, very different. And I can say that
on China, you can say whether there's perception management or not. Economy is something which every person feels for himself. Jobs have been lost. companies are shutting down or badly off, not being able to pay salaries. So this can't be about perception management. This is about how people feel, because if they didn't feel this way, they won't say it. So Devashish, at Karvy, try and explain this. The reality is we're negative when it comes to growth. We're amongst the worst hit economies. The longest recovery rate is likely to be in India. And yet somehow voters that you spoke to seem to say that the government's handling the economy really well.
Okay, Rahul, couple of points on this. If you look at our sample of 12,000, 67% were from rural. So this sample is rural heavy. I mean, given India's composition, because we have to do the mood of the nation. Second thing is, in further questions, we'll see when it comes to personal loss or personal income, whether there has been an income loss or a job loss, there are people who are very clearly saying that, yes, I have faced this. Here the question was very simple, which was, how will you rate the government on the economic performance or the handling of the economy? When we go back, I mean, when we'll move forward and look into other factors which are bigger probably at this point of time, probably what Rajdeep had said earlier, that the pandemic situation has sort of overcasted almost
because
everything.
normally you would believe that when prices are going, you see, I think one of the things is you're still not in double-digit inflation. For all that has gone wrong, you're not in double-digit inflation. That's when the bottom of the pyramid really starts hurting.
No, but he seems to be saying because there's a COVID situation, people are saying, okay, yes, it's because of COVID that the economy is in a mess. GVL Narasimha Rao, you know, you're really having luck roll your way. If the economy was as badly off as it is, and if Manmohan Singh was in government, there would have been street protests day in and day out. Now somehow, because there's a pandemic which is global, people again giving the benefit of the doubt. ठीक है, बेचारा मोदी जी क्या करेंगे? There's a global pandemic, which is why all of us together have to take a hit.
No, unfortunately, a lot of you, I must say this, a lot of you and a lot of us, I was a part of the same media fraternity, so was the Congress spokesperson. We try to really discuss among ourselves and believe something to be reality. The Congress has a problem in accepting this survey because it is real. It is based on...
No, job losses are also real. No, GVL Narasimha Rao, job losses are also real.
No, come on,
Let's be very clear.
Let him
it
speak.
depends. No. You see, it depends on what you ask people. You see, the present situation is certainly a very challenging situation. People know this. There is acknowledgement of this in the government. People are really, what people are appreciative of is the manner in which this government and Honorable Prime Minister responded to this challenge with the Atmanirbhar package, with a new vision that has been unveiled, with a 1.7 lakh crore, 1.75 lakh crore Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. They know how this government is converting this crisis into adversity. The Prime Minister has gone in a national address, he told the people, these are adverse times and we need to really buckle up.
Let's just test what you're saying. Let's test what you're saying, GVL. Let's test what you're saying. We asked about the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign. 53% said it's a timely campaign. 53% said the Prime Minister's Atmanirbhar campaign is timely. Not possible to execute, said 38%. Economic status under Modi government improved, said 48%, same said 42%, and 10% said deteriorated. You know, somewhere, Raj Chengappa, in all of these numbers, again it comes back to the fact that Mr. Modi seems to be in some kind of an extended honeymoon with the Indian people.
Honeymoons don't last for so long.
No, sometimes, you know, what else? Okay, call it a love affair. Chalo, love affair. Honeymoon ho gaya. Abhi love affair. They still seem to be willing to say, look.
Please use the word Asta. Please use the word
Asta. Okay, we are in Ram Mandir week. We'll use the word Asta.
Yes.
But Raj Chengappa, respond.
Rajdeep, I think there are several factors to this, and the main thing is that while the Shamika Ravi hit the button when she says that people think that it is a world problem, not just an India problem. In that sense, she's lucky the economy was tanking even before COVID came, but that is then COVID has overtaken or overshadowed everything else, and so it gets away. But there is a warning in this. Because if you see, the people do say that they've lost jobs and they have salary cuts. This is a bit what I call a demonetization kind of thing. When demonetization happened and we did the Mood of the Nation poll, everybody said it was a fantastic thing and Mr. Modi's ratings went up considerably. Now, 6 months later, 1 year later, those ratings of demonetization began to go down and, in fact, started figuring much later, and some actually felt it was one of his failures. So what we are saying is that people are saying, fine, we know that the world is in a crisis, the economy is in a crisis, we're willing to bear with you. But there is a warning in that you need to attend to do these big things that's happened. We have lost jobs, we have lost our salaries, and now we're going to give you the time. We believe you're the best bet in doing what is
No, but the most credible answer
but
on
this thing will be only 2 or 3 months.
Possibly seems to be, Shamika Ravi, that if the poll sample is skewed towards rural India, and this is the response we get, the one most intuitive understanding could be that maybe in rural India things aren't as badly off as they are around us in the big cities. And if it were, then the response wouldn't be the way it is. If people are saying that this is not China, as I said, this is not national security, here people understand whether they're doing well or not. Do you think that could be potentially one reason why on the economy people are saying that the government's doing well?
Oh, your sampling definitely is determining the overall weight of the answer. Because 60% rural. Remember also the severity of the pandemic itself isn't quite as much in the rural areas relatively. And the second point is, this is pertaining to what just Rajdeep said, that when inflationary pressures are there, Rajdeep, particularly from the food side, then on the net, many farmers or the agriculture sector tends to gain. So there is a distribution effect around inflation as well. And it's important to bear that in mind when you look at people's, rating of the government.
That precisely, I think, in a way reflects perhaps once again the gap between economists many of whom are now roundly criticizing the government on various issues, including the failure to provide direct cash. On the other hand, people out there may still feel that, a sense of hope.
No, but it's not the blame.
And the rural-urban divide is sharp. I think the point is well taken. 67% of our poll is rural. Once that poll is rural, if you look at even rural jobs, because of Manrega, many of them are getting jobs which are not getting.
And there was never the kind of lockdown in rural India as there was in urban India.
And in general, there's a sense you've had a bumper crop again this year. So there are some signs that perhaps that the citizen in rural India isn't feeling the weight of what's going wrong with the economy as much as
Plus, it's about handling of the economy. So it's got linked to a global pandemic, and therefore it's not about the government's actions or inactions alone. It's a global problem. That's the perception.
I take your point. Last question here to Supriya Srinath. Would you, looking at these numbers, change in any way the strategy of the opposition, whether it's with China or the economy, or will these continue to be issues along with COVID that you will bang on?
I would expect the BJP to turn around and say that people in rural India are perhaps insulated because of MNREGA and the Food Security Act, both of the reforms that they vehemently criticize while in the opposition. So that, and also I would say, wait for some more time. The RBI in its bi-monthly policy has very recently said Q2 inflation is going to rise, and that will hurt the common man. I hope it can be contained, but I doubt if it will.
Okay, we're slipping into a break. Challenges for the opposition. If they attack the government on China, that's not working. Attacking on the economy doesn't seem to be working. We'll deal with that. And when we come back from a quick break, we'll focus on the overall performance of the Prime Minister and his government. Because remember, there haven't been so many concurrent challenges as this government has failed this year. It really is one of the toughest years for any government globally. How do people perceive the government is doing? And that one question that Rajdeep likes most, what would happen if elections are held today, Rajdeep?
Fortunately, they're still 4 years away, or almost 4 years away, but we'll still come back in a moment with plenty more.